Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany with SammieSkinmoisturizer, and I'm here today with the big surprise for you all. It is a stepper. You can probably hear it going, and I'm trying to incorporate it into SammieSkin because two of my big goals for 2025 were to work out more. And I've been going on jogs and walks in the morning and doing like little weightlifting at home. So I got this stepper and I've been doing a whole lot. To be honest, I really have been enjoying it. I got it on, oh my gosh, I think like the 19th, and I've just been going and going and going and going, and it's so much fun. Yeah. Right now, I'm listening to Molkana. She does Artist Alley and a whole bunch of different cons. I listen to a lot of the people who do Artist Alley and Comic-Con and stuff like that because they give out really good advice. Oh, you would think that Artist Alley vloggers, Artist Alley people, Artist Alley vendors wouldn't have a lot of crossover with people who don't do Artist Alley, but it's the same thing. It's a vendor event.
vendors do have to pay $100 more for their artistelli table, and table costs this year went up by $100 because they did include 2 badges instead of just 1 badge. I would say that this is one of the most strict artistellis out of all of the conventions that I've vended at, because volunteers were going around measuring everyone's displays just to ensure it was under the 7.5-foot height limit. However, some annoyances. The con center did not open South Hall parking, which is the closest lot to artistelli, until 7 a.m. or even a little later. Please note that we are supposed to be open and ready by 8:30 because the con doesn't officially open till 9 a.m. However, due to the fire marshal, we do need to be ready at least 30 minutes prior just in case they need to open doors earlier than scheduled. So on day 1, we did have to park at West Hall, which is on the other side of AX towards Entertainment Hall, and then just walk all the way over to Kentia Hall, which is pretty far. For some of us who did have to haul in product, it's important that we have easy access to Kentia Hall, which is where artistelli is held. And from my understanding, for some of us who did have to haul in product, it's important that we have easy access to Kentia Hall, which is where artistelli is held. And from my understanding, this was the correct law itself. Another thing, while I did not have this frustration because I was on the edge of the artistelli aisles, basically I was all the way in the back towards the center. I have heard and seen that the aisles behind artists were much more narrow to allow wider aisles for attendees, because I remember that I used to be able to walk down behind artists if I needed to avoid the crowd, but I didn't even try this year because there was just no room at all. Overall, it was slightly slower this year. I would say that my sales went down by 16%, but my numbers were still amazing this year if you compare it to all of my other conventions. I did have a lot of artist friends who were doing AX for their first time, and some of them did say that they were a bit underwhelmed. But honestly, 2024 overall was just a bit shaky financially, so AX was not an exception. While it was safer for attendees to have more space and less crowding, I do admit that it did affect us financially, but I'm still very, very happy with my numbers. This is a convention where I do recommend shipping product. You honestly do not want to sell out in the first couple days, especially if Saturday is much later on in the 4-day period, because it started on a Thursday and then ended on a Sunday. However, I was in a lucky situation where this is one of my very few local conventions, so I do have unlimited stock. I am worried about next year because it seems like all returning vendors will also be juried, and even if I did get in this year, it is not promised that I will get in next year. This is one of the US anime cons I would highly recommend, and many international artists do go out of their way to vend here as well. Similar to last year, and though no one is surprised, I am placing Anime Expo in my S tier. A month later, I vended at my first East Coast con, Otakon. I realize I get about a month in between conventions starting with June, so it's a really nice change. This 3-day Washington, D.C. con was held at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center in early August. I had the standard table and we lucked out with an 8-foot table because I've been told on the Discord to assume the promised 6-foot table, but plan for potential 8-foot table. It came with 1 badge and cost $350 plus $70 for an additional badge, for a total of $420. The cost per day to vend is $140. If not including the additional badge, it's about $116.66 per day. Supposedly was slightly slower this year compared to last year, according to other Otakon artists, but still amazing numbers. I would say that this is my second best ranking convention after Anime Expo. Also, no Sambrellis at this convention. You're also not allowed to have free with purchase items, so the item that you want to give away must not only require a purchase to receive it. If you want it as a freebie with purchase, it must be available for separate purchase. Basically, I did this with my tote bags where it's free with $50 plus purchase, or you can buy it for $15 separately. For this artistelli, there are 3 ways to get in. I won't explain in this video just because I do a pretty thorough job of explaining it in my Otakon vlog. The attendees were very kind, and I can't really think of any strange interactions at this convention, and they did increase table quantity by 100 or so, which may also account for lower sales since the sales were spread out. I will say though, I was very irritated by the convention center because they basically turned out a escalator during takedown, and there was an hour-long line just to use one set
Yes.
of elevators. So instead,
Okay.
we pretty much
So what was I talking about? Oh yeah.
during our over 50
Yeah, I watch a lot of people who do the artist alley vlogs, like the people who go to like Comic-Con and stuff like that,
this year, I only
because it's hard to find people who do vendor events like we do and actually give a full detailed breakdown of the event. Like, so many people, I don't know for what reason, are so scared to go into like the money aspect of it. But the people who do Artist Alley and stuff aren't scared to do it, which I don't understand what the big deal is about it. Yeah, it gives people a look into like the money side of it. But the money side of it is a big part of why people get into doing vendor events, because they want to make money on the side. They want a genuinely good side hustle. They want to hopefully quit their 9 to 5 and just work for themselves. And if they don't understand the money side of it, then they're not going to understand well, the whole of it, because the money side of it, I would say, is more than like, I would say money is 100% of what makes or breaks a business. Because yeah, you can have passion, you can have inspiration, you can have drive, but if you can't make, like, say it's like $800 for rent, and you want your small business to pay for that while you use your money from your full-time job to pay for everything else. If you can't make that $800 from your side business like you planned, sorry, oh, I felt a burp coming on. If you can't make that $800 from your side business like you planned to pay for your rent, then it's going to cause a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. You're going to have a lot of issues, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of poor planning, a lot of stuff is going to go wrong because you didn't get a handle on the financial side. Like, yeah, you could spend $200 to go to an event that's downtown, but there's no guarantee you're going to get that $200 back, because it could be badly advertised. It could be a scam. The event could have been canceled and they didn't contact you. There could be low turnout. There could be, like, say, like a whole bunch of vendors, but all of them carry the same product. Like, they all sell candles. No one's gonna buy from every single candle vendor. Maybe ones with, like, unique and different scents, and then maybe if they're, like, really into, like, vanilla scents, they'll buy a candle from, maybe, let's say there's 50 vendors. They might buy a candle from, like, 5 or 10 vendors that are, like, vanilla scented, if they're really into vanilla scented candles. But, like, if you don't get the understanding of the money side of it, it'll go very bad very fast. And there's a whole lot of money stuff that goes into a small business outside of just going to events. Like Shopify, they have, I think it's a 1-week free trial. Let me check. Yeah, we host on Shopify. Oh, it's a get 3 days free, then 1 month for $1. And we did that, and we loved it, and we kept it, and it is $39 a month. No, $29 USD a month. Oh, if you pay monthly, it's $39. If you do one big lump pay for the year, it's $29. And it's pretty good. It's the basic plan, which you probably looked at constantly. Card rates, so like if people swipe, tap, or insert, they get 2.9% plus 30 cents USD for people online. 2.6% plus 10 cents in person, which is when you have the card reader and you go to actual in-person events. Standout features up to 77% shipping discount. 24/7 chat support, localized global selling. You get 3 markets and 10 inventory locations. We've had no problems with this so far. It's very smooth. It's very easy to operate. We would recommend Shopify to everyone. We did have Etsy at the beginning, but Etsy has a whole bunch of like fees. It's not, at least when we had it, it was not one upfront monthly payment. It was like fees off of transactions, fees for advertising, fees for marketing, fees for like each individual listing. Like say you wanted to do a listing for like pink hair combs and then a listing for black hair combs. It would cost you like maybe, I forget what it was. It was like 10-20 cents. So it would cost you 10 cents to do a listing for pink hair combs, listing for black hair combs, and that adds up, especially if you're doing like small, cheap items, like items less than 10 cents, items less than $1. So all those fees really eat at your end of sale. Now, they do have several different tiers. You can go up to Shopify, which is a step above basic. It's $105 a month. There's advanced, which is $400 a month. And then there's plus, which is available for 1 or 3 year terms. It's $2,300 USD a month on a 3-year term. But like I said, we just got basic, which is $39 a month. And then you can get like apps and little add-ons to like tweak the shop and make it your own. And they tend to be pretty low in terms of cost. They're either free or I think they're like, if you want like the basic, it's like either free or $15. If you want like the more advanced, depending on the app, it can go up to like $100 to $200, depending on like what all it entails that the app will do. Like there's like shipping apps and organization apps and apps to like integrate things into your website, like to add in like videos and certain features and like to make it really pop and stuff. So I would suggest looking into those before, like if you do get Shopify, get Shopify. And if you want to like do the add-ons like those before, like if you do get Shopify, get Shopify. And if you want to like do the add-ons like the different apps and stuff, look into what they do. There's like say you want an app for, I can't believe I just closed this. Like an app for reviews, like we use like there's like I think like 10 different apps that Shopify lets you choose from in order to put reviews on your site. Let's see, who do we use? I know there's like Loox, LOOX, and then there's, hold on, Judge. We use Judge.me. They had the highest ratings. And we heard from a couple different influencers that they use it. And so we integrated that into our Shopify. And you get a free trial with that. And then after that, it's $15 a month, which is pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, there's so many different apps that you can look into, that you can go through, that you can use to upgrade your Shopify to like what you want to make it just like delicious to you. And so far we're still working on getting ours there, but I think we're pretty close to getting it done. I am in love with it so far. Our website. It looks so yummy. There's a few things that I would like to change, but for right now, it's where I'm happy with it. Oh, pretty good. Yeah. Ooh, 500 steps since starting the live. Take a short break. So yeah, I would suggest if you're looking to start your own small business on the side, if you want to do something, I was just looking into Shopify. A lot of people are leaving Etsy, and I don't know. Etsy might be good for you. It might not. Maybe try it out for a little bit if you want to see. If you're not sure if Shopify is for sure where you want to start. There are still a lot of people over on Etsy. So and a lot of people do still shop there. It's not in any way like, what's the word, defunct? It's not like that. You can, like, Etsy still has a big following, a big community. You can still sell on there. It'll work out for you. A lot of people say it still works for them. It still gets them the money that they need. Like I said, just be mindful of the fees. Be mindful of what you're selling. Be mindful of the pricing, because the fees will eat up. I would say anything that's below, I would say anything below $10, the fees will get eaten up real quick. Yeah, we have our Etsy shop still up. It just directs people to our Shopify. I don't know. We might open it back up one day, but not right now. So just be really mindful. Like, look into the different websites. I know that Michaels has a maker. I think it's, let me look it up. Michaels has a thing as well, I think. Maker Place. It's an online handmade crafts and selling site. It's fairly new. I want to say it's only like, I want to say it's like less than 5 years old. So it's like a fairly new one. So there's not much to know about how sales have been doing. I mean, there's statistics and numbers and stuff, but less than 5 years being active is it's not the biggest pool of numbers to pull from. It could we haven't looked into it, we haven't gotten on it. It could be a very successful website for those who want to start selling. It could be better than Etsy. It could be better than Shopify. We don't know personally. I can only assume that there are a whole bunch of videos about it on YouTube that you can look into and figure out. I would suggest looking into those. I do know that people do sell on like Facebook, and they sell on eBay, and they sell their stuff on websites like that. Some people build their own personal website, like with what's it called, like with Wix and stuff. Like, again, if you're going to build your own website from scratch, I would suggest looking into the pricing on each website platform. A lot of them claim to be free, but then you have to buy a whole bunch of different stuff later on. Like, you can start out free with like very basic bare bones stuff, but if you want to like personalize it and make it your own, you have to spend a good amount of money to turn it into what you want. Some websites have templates, some don't, so you have to spend a lot of money, find someone who will find a website designer, and possibly pay hundreds of dollars to get that done. And if that's what you want to do that, because always make the website something that you'll be happy with. And like, if you can afford that, then go ahead. But if you can't afford it and you do want to stick with like a low price model, I would suggest Etsy or Shopify. I would suggest Etsy or Shopify when starting out, if you don't want to like critique it and make it like completely personalized. Like, if you just want like a simple template and then be able to tweak it just a little bit, like add in your company colors, add in pictures of your products, add in your company name and stuff like that. Like, if you don't, like, some people, they put like personalized music onto each page. Some of them have like constant videos running. Some of them have like little introductions. Some of them have like special surprise pages that you can find if you type in a code, and it'll give you like a special coupon code and be like, hey, so glad you're able to find this secret page. Here's a specialty coupon code for your next purchase, since you're such a superstar customer, or something like that. Like a whole bunch of like little gimmicks and stuff, and things to really pull people in, and that can cost hundreds and hundreds of, like, probably even thousands of dollars to keep that up and maintained and running and smooth, and because all that stuff can eventually crash somebody's like iPad or phone or tablet or PC or whatever. And yeah, that takes a lot of maintenance, and you would probably need a team of people, because I doubt that everybody wants to get up at 2 in the morning to fix a technical issue on their website. So if you want something that has like preset templates, a monthly subscription fee, and very easy to navigate, I would suggest Shopify. Possibly Etsy. I think on Etsy the only real like customization that you can do is like in terms of your storefront. Yeah, it's like a little banner, like a profile picture, what you make, your company name, and announcements, and then it has like items, reviews, about, and then yeah, the only real customizable thing that I can see is like the banner and then the profile picture, unless stuff has changed. Like I said, we still have our Etsy storefront, but we don't use it. It just redirects people to our Shopify. And we keep it up because that's where we first started, so that's where the majority of our reviews are. And also it holds like a very sentimental place in our heart, because that's our first baby. That's like where we started. And it feels so it feels, I don't know, it just feels so odd to like close it and call it done. Like, yeah, that chapter of our journey as a small business is over, but it's it just feels so harsh to like close it and like forget it. And we do have like a lot of people who still like we do still have customers over on Etsy that we have informed that we did switch to Shopify, and we do hope that they, you know, come over and say hi. Hello. So it's so crazy. All the different options that you have when it comes to building your own website or starting out with a pre-made template, or just paying someone and letting them go at it. It's there's so many things that you could choose from, and I can feel it. Like, a lot of people get analysis paralysis, and a whole bunch of like people just like freeze up and they don't know what to do, and it can be a lot to take in. So I don't know, I would recommend watching a whole bunch of like small business vlogs and whatnot, and like on YouTube they go very in depth, a lot of them, on how they started, why they started, where they started, what websites worked for them, what didn't. And certain websites will work for different people. Like if you're into, like if you're a business consultant, it'll probably be a different website setup than ours, which is skincare. Or if you like make custom fitted dresses for weddings, that's going to be very different from putting up a website for woodworking. Or if you like to make pottery, that's going to be a different website. They'll all have like the same backbone, the same like skeleton and whatnot, but like the details that you add will be different, because you'll want to draw people's eyes to, like, say for woodworking, your like what you make, what wood you use, what sizes you make, like whether you make tables or whether you make dressers, whether you make like small trinkets like for Christmas ornaments, or if you make wedding dresses, what material you work with. Like, do you work with all natural materials, or do you work with synthetics? Do you work with beads, or do you work with rhinestones or diamonds or gems? Do you work with lab grown gems, or do you work with gems? Do you work with natural gems? Like, those are the kind of things that are going to be listed on your page. It's going to be different for each business, and you're going to want to draw people's attention to different things listed on your page. It's going to be different for each business, and you're going to want to hello. Like for us, we always put our latest collection on the front page, along with pictures of the latest collection. Little thing about us. Like for Valentine's Day, we did rose flowers, rose and heart-shaped candles, and we did them right there. We did a very small February collection, very, very small. Like we did we did these melt and pour heart soaps. And you can see we also have those on the front page. So like all the different things that you want to call to your customers' attention will be different depending on the business. Like if you're a DJ, you're probably going to want to put up your like a small snippet of your latest set, some samplings of your music, a couple of the different events that you've done along with reviews, and a little about you and stuff like that. We're not an expert on that, but I would suggest you look into that. Like, don't be afraid to ask questions. Questions are important, especially when you're building your business from the beginning. And it can be really difficult, especially when you just want to ask a basic question and people are like, well, it's $50 per question. And if you want to get in on our course, it'll be $500 a month. And so many people, like, I understand it, get your bag, especially if that is what you, especially if that's what you mainly do. Like, if you are a genuine, like, help guru in that field to, like, help people build their business and their brand, and you're, you know everything about building a website and whatnot, but just be mindful that so many people are out here charging like $500 for like the basic questions. Make sure that you look for it on YouTube and in Facebook groups and like, what is it? Make sure you search for it as well before you go off and pay like an absurd amount of money that you wouldn't be able to cover because you're just starting out. Like, a lot of small businesses barely starting out have $1,000 to their name, and to go and spend that $1,000 on a course, it could help you. It could give you like the information that you need. It could really help you start, but then you don't have the money to go out there and start on the thing that you want. Like, you spent that $1,000 and say you wanted to like make custom birthday hats for like sweet 16s and quinceañeras and like 21st birthdays. Now you don't have the money to go out and buy the materials, and now you're going to have to wait, or you're going to have to take out a loan, or you're going to ask family members for it. And especially if you take out a loan, yeah, it does help you establish good credit, but if you don't make the payments on time, you're going to default, and then you're going to be in trouble, and then they're going to start repossessing stuff. So be mindful of what you're going to spend that money on. And oh, thank you for the follow, Emma. Thank you. Yeah, just be mindful of the money side of a small business, especially if you're just starting out. If you don't have that like $200, $500, $1,000 to spend on this absolute miracle of a self-help course that could bring $10,000 to your business in like 10 minutes. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. Just try and get, like, I would say your first 5 events set up and ready. And make sure you have enough material and enough product to take to the events. And if you don't have enough product, make sure you are constantly taking pictures of not only the finished product, but the process. People love to see those. Being able to see somebody make the product by hand, people really love handmade stuff because they know that it took the time, the attention, and there's a bit of love in it as well because yeah, you're doing this for the money, but you're also doing this because a part of you has some feelings for it, right? You wouldn't like I don't know, like you wouldn't start selling 3D printed elephants if you didn't enjoy at least the 3D printing process. Like, I enjoy the skincare process. I enjoy making the soap. I enjoy making the body oils. It's always so much fun to come up with different scents and try try different body oils and like really see what's going on in the market and like what's really popping off and like what scents are going to be it for the season, and researching all of that. And like if you don't have some like just a little bit of love for it, it's going to really kill your vibe real quick. Like you're gonna start to hate it, and you're not gonna want to do it anymore, and then your work's gonna show that, and it's not gonna be 100%, and you're gonna like try and move on and do something else, but you're gonna be burnt out. So pick something that you care at least a little bit about. Like, say you like skateboarding, maybe make skateboarding stickers, because I know a lot of people in the skateboarding community love stickers. Some of them like to put it on their skateboards, some of them don't. Some of them have a dedicated skateboard that they just keep hung up on their wall that they put all their stickers on. Yeah, stickers. No, even not in the skateboarding community, stickers are a big thing. So, say you like to watch a certain TV show, and you're like, this TV show doesn't have any merch. Nobody knows about it. Why aren't there like stickers or like keychains or like little bookmarks and stuff about it? And yeah, maybe try and fill that niche. Like, make a bookmark. I know Book Talk loves new bookmarks. Like, they love bookmarks that go along with their TV series, bookmarks that go along with their book series, bookmarks of little known authors, bookmarks of little known books, little known TV shows, bookmarks of like little known places to eat, bookmarks of like little known places to shop, little known bookstores. Like, get into that niche if it's something that you enjoy. Like, say you love doing origami, and in at least where you live, no one makes origami roses. You could do a thing for like people's birthdays, for weddings, for Valentine's Days. Just make a big origami rose. Because if that market isn't filled, or at least not filled in your neck of the woods, try and see like if there's some part of it that you would enjoy. Because I know some people, they love the process of making things, but they don't know what to make. And like, some people just love to make things. They don't care what it is, they just want to make something. And you know, you can't just make pies all day, because that would fill up your house really quick, and no one could eat all those pies. So maybe try you could try like making things with polymer clay, like making earrings, or making like little charms for bracelets, or making necklaces, or little figures. Like, if you just love to make something and you don't know what to do, try and look up like little craft groups in your area. Like, ask your local college or your local high school, what crafting groups do they have? Like, a lot of colleges have like heavy kind of craft, like woodworking with lathes and like huge 3D print models, and like people making their own books, and like people building robots and whatnot and stuff like that. If you find yourself enjoying something, and you're like, I want to make a small business, try and look into the thing that you enjoy and try and find an aspect of it that you think would sell. Because yeah, you could write a book and it will probably sell. It probably wouldn't. But what if you took that book and I don't know, like the like I said, try making like bookmarks, or like I don't know, try making your own paper and selling it, or stuff like that. We started Sammieskinmoisturizer because, well, it's now SammieSkin, but we started out as SammieSkinmoisturizer because our founder, Samantha, right here on the card, she had severe skin issues. We all did when we were kids, but hers carried on into adulthood for some reason, as eczema. And we originally was like just using the shea butter, just plain shea butter. But then we started looking into different butters and different oils and seeing which ones had different effects and different properties and different positives. And that's how we came to the formula that we use now. So it originally started as something just for us, something that would help our skin, something that would help with healing our eczema, help with our dry skin and stuff. And then we started giving it to friends and families, and then we started selling it, and then here we are. And that's just how. And then we expanded from moisturizer to soap to room spray to body scrub. And now we don't just sell online, we do events. Now, you may be wondering, well, how do we get the word of mouth out there? I'm not really a people person. I don't really do events. I'm not good with talking or doing a whole spiel and whatnot. Trust me when I say I'm not a big talker. I'm not a big in person, sit down, tell you my life story type of I'm not a big in person, sit down, tell you my life story type of person. I'm not that. I prefer to I'll talk to people, but I won't be talking your ear off. We'll have a conversation. We'll get to know one another. I'll get to know you. You'll get to know me, but it won't be 3 hours of us sitting in the food court having a discussion. We'll get to know one another. I'll get to know you. You'll get to know me, but it won't be 3 hours of us sitting in the food court having a discussion. Hang on one second. I will be right back. Hi. Oh, hold on. Well, my tablet's about to die, and I can't get it to sit right, so I'll have to talk to you guys later. Thanks for stopping by.